CBD.
CHUCK. Chuck. 790 AM, 94.1 FM, KFGO.com, the KFGO mobile app. Follow 790 KFGO on Twitter. Like KFGO Morning Crew on Facebook.
Time for Talking Technology. If you have any computer questions you want answered, you can text them in right now to 35270. And joining us now is Chuck Zjedlik of Computers A to Z in West Fargo. Good morning to you, Chuck.
Yeah, good morning, Bonnie. Good morning, Doug.
You have your very own Chuck song because I forgot to ask you when I talked to you what your favorite song was, because when Luke Beneke was here, we played a little Guns N' Roses. So for now, I mean, there's a song about you, Chuck. Is that working for you?
Yeah, that works.
All right. Well, we do open up to our listeners if they want to text in any questions, 35270. I know you're familiar. You've been listening to the program. Mickey and Bismarck already texting in early this morning, Chuck. And he wants to know, what antivirus program do you think is the best?
Malwarebytes is probably the best paid version. Then if you want a free version, then probably just run Windows Defender that's within Windows 10.
Chuck, is there any concerns about running both of those? Do you personally recommend using both Malwarebytes and the Windows Defender, or could those interfere with each other?
No, they don't interfere with each other. The Malwarebytes will override the Windows Defender, so they both run together fine.
Chuck Zjedlik is one of the co-owners, Computers A to Z in West Fargo. They are located in the Sunmart Plaza off 13th Avenue in West Fargo. If you have any questions, text them in to our 702 Communications Text Club, that number 35270. When you're doing the free version of those programs, Chuck, versus the paid version, are you getting a better protection if you're actually paying for it?
Yeah, you get a 24/7, like on Malwarebytes, it's running 24/7, where if you get the free version, it's just a 2-week trial. Then you got to do the updates every day to run it. So,
another text question coming in. Our text club is powered by 702 Communications. Chuck is available to answer your computer questions. 35270 is our text number. What kind of web camera? This is a text message comes in. If you have a suggestion for a recommendation on a web camera, whether it's a brand name or one that you've personally used or recommended, Chuck?
Most of the better ones are the Logitech webcams out there. So,
how much will a typical webcam set you back for decent quality? Any idea?
Since COVID, the prices have gone up a bit. They're anywhere from $50 up to $150, depending on where you get them from.
Interesting. That's America making some profit, because I suppose more people are doing Zoom calls or doing work video and stuff. So yeah, I guess so.
If people are using a laptop that already has kind of like a web camera in there, is that, I don't know if the right word would be like good enough. Would you recommend having like a separate standalone web camera, or just using the one that's embedded within the laptop?
No, most of the ones embedded in the laptops are pretty decent or video to use. So,
Chuck Zjedlik is with Computers A to Z in West Fargo, joining us here on Talking Technology, taking your text questions.
We've got more text messages coming in. I also had a message that came in about turning off your desktop or your laptop. Do you need to turn those off? Is there a difference between the laptop and the desktop? Do you need to shut those down and restart those every day, every week? Your thoughts, Chuck?
On your laptops, you're better off shutting them off every night. Otherwise, if they collect full of dust or whatever, they can overheat, leaving them on 24/7. Then your desktops, they're good to turn off too every night, unless you're like in a work environment. Then you'd have to see if your IT guy wants them on or not. Because if you leave them running all the time, then when you go to shut them off, then when you restart, then you'll have a lot of security updates to run on them.
On say your laptop, Chuck, because I had this happen where I had some updates that were needed, and I was kind of curious. If I shut it down, because usually when I leave work, I do shut my computer down. Will it still update, or does my computer actually have to be on for those updates to take effect?
Your computer needs to be on, because when you fire it back up, it'll start running the updates in the background if it didn't finish them when you shut it off.
Chuck Zjedlik, A to Z, Computers A to Z in West Fargo, answering your technology questions here on Talking Technology. Here's another one. Do I need a DSL filter for my cordless phone? Sometimes my internet is interrupted. Any help there, Chuck?
If it's like CenturyLink or them with the DSL lines, most of them have filtered cords from CenturyLink, so you shouldn't need one on your phone.
Okay. All right. 35270 or 702 Communications Text Club if you have any questions for Chuck. Somebody has a 7-year-old laptop, and all of a sudden it just went to a black screen with white lines bouncing on it. They did talk to somebody, and they were told it was a motherboard. What is a motherboard, and is that worth replacing or buying a new laptop? Like they said, it's 7 years old, Chuck.
Yeah, on a 7-year-old one, it's better off getting a different computer because the cost compared to what a refurbished one or a new one is isn't worth putting that much money into the older laptop.
I've heard the word, and I like to throw it out there, but I have no idea what it is. What is a motherboard, Chuck?
The motherboard is the main system board that all the components connect to, and it's basically the brains of the computer. It runs everything.
I got you. Is there like a typical average lifespan, say, for a desktop computer or a laptop?
Most laptops, if you put a solid-state drive in them, they'll probably run anywhere from 4 to 8 years you can get out of them.
Chuck, you're just viral here. You're busy. We've got a ton of text messages coming into the 702 Communications Text Club. Somebody's company experienced a phishing scam using an employee's business email address containing personal email content. Is there a way to stop phishing to other contacts?
There's a couple of different ways. I guess I'd have to probably do a little more research on it or whatever. Get back to them.
That's cool. First week on here, and I know your expertise is there. You guys sell and fix up computers right there at Computers A to Z, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I said we'll try some phone and tablets. We know we're going to get some of those questions in as well, and if you can't answer them, then we understand. Lucas, he had a Galaxy as well and didn't have a tablet. But somebody wondering about a Samsung Note 8, it'll connect to internet for a few seconds or minutes to disconnect, reconnect, disconnect. I'm not sure what that means. What could be the problem? Do you have any idea on that?
They could try resetting their router once. If that doesn't work, then they could see if their tablet has any updates for it. If it did have updates, run the updates. If not, you could always do a factory reset on the tablet, and that would probably cure the problem.
All right. If somebody is having issues, can't figure something out on their computer, can they stop in or give you a call over there at Computers A to Z to get some help there, Chuck?
Yes.
What's your phone number?
It's 701-532-1020.
1020. Okay, and you are located right inside the Sunmart Plaza off 13th Avenue in West Fargo, correct?
Yeah, the Family Fair. They changed their name.
Is this... Oh, Family Fair. Excuse me. Yes, Family Fair. Exactly. Thank you. Is this your first time on the radio?
Yes.
You did awesome. You're a rock star. You got your own theme song and everything. We'll talk. Maybe you want a different song for next week if we catch up to you, okay?
Okay.
Chuck, thank you. Awesome job. Chuck Zjedlik, one of the co-owners, Computers A to Z, located in the Family Fair Plaza off 13th Avenue in West Fargo. Again, his phone number, 701-532-1020. My goodness. You guys had a lot of great questions for him this morning. Thank you for that. 748, 94.1 on your FM dial, the mighty 790 KFGO.